Dear learners, welcome to Learning with Fun. Today, I have a piece of information to tell you. I have decided to upload some videos on figures of speech or rhetorical expressions. I'm going to make a series of videos, making it as part 1, part 2, part 3, etc. I fervently hope that the videos I'm going to make will help you understand the topic better. So to get the series, please do subscribe to my channel and stay with me. Well, without wasting a single second, let's get into it. Before I make a start on the figures of speech, I would like you to know a few pieces of information. The word rhetoric comes from the word rhetor, meaning a public speaker. In ancient Greece and Rome, public speakers were taught rhetoric, the art of speaking for speaking in a persuasive manner. Now the question arises why we should learn rhetoric. In fact, we should learn rhetoric to make our language more beautiful, more forceful, and more impressive. Well, let's look at the first figure of speech I am going to talk about. Today, I am going to deal with only two figures of speech based on similarity. And those figures of speech are called simile and metaphor. First, look at the simile. A comparison between two different objects is made with the help of the words like, as, like, so, such, etc. So whenever we make a comparison between two different objects with the help of the words like, as, etc., we can call it a simile. But remember, if we say that Sachin is like Virat Kohli, it would not be a simile, because for making a comparison as far as simile is concerned, we should make a comparison between two different objects. It should be kept in mind. Well, let's have the first example of the simile. To follow knowledge like a sinking star, beyond the utmost bound of human thoughts. There is a very famous line from Ulysses by Tennyson. Here, knowledge is compared to a sinking star. Notice that there are two different objects compared. Well, to make it easier with an easy example, I can say you are brave like a lion. So here a person is compared to a lion. Again, we have to notice that a person is compared to a lion. Here two different things or objects are compared. Sometimes we happen to listen to some expressions like as poor as a church mouse, as busy as a bee, as black as coal, as tough as leather, as clear as crystal. So these are the common expressions which we can call simile. Well, let's move on to the next figure of speech, which is metaphor. But before that, I would just make this figure of speech a little easier by taking some Bollywood songs. Well, the first song that we can cite as an example of a simile is Koel Si Teri Boli, Cuckoo Cuckoo. Here, somebody's way of speaking is compared to the way a cuckoo bird or a cuckoo speaks or sings. The next example we have is Phoolon sa chehra tera kaliyon si muskan hai. So you can understand or notice the comparisons made here, and we can as well remember the dialogue of Katappa praising somebody funnily in the movie called Bahubali. Hathi jaisi sakti, शेर जैसी गरज, चीते जैसी फुर्ती, गिद्ध जैसी नज़र, पूरे के पूरे जंगल के दर्शन हो गया प्रभु. Well, let's move on to the next figure of speech, which is metaphor. It is a figure of speech in which a comparison between two different things or objects is implied. Implied means it is not clearly stated. We can have the examples. The first example goes, I'll drink life to the lees. Tennyson in Ulysses says this. Well, so here generally the word drink is applied to wine, but here the word drink has been applied to life. So in this way, two different things are compared. The camel is the sheep of the desert is the next example. Actually, the sheep is used for crossing a sea. So is the camel used for crossing the desert. Here again we have the two objects compared, two different objects compared. Now to make it easier, we can say you are a lion. So without saying you are like a lion, which is a simile, we can say you are a lion, you are a tiger. We can remember the Hindi movie called Ek Tha Tiger. In that movie, nobody talked about the tiger, but it was Salman Khan everybody talked about. And he was as brave as a tiger. Well, the next example goes, you are the only hope of our team. Here, you is likened to or compared to hope. Now, we will have just a few examples of metaphors as well from Bollywood songs. तो धूप है छम से बिखर, तू है नदी वो बेखबर. This is a song from Tare Zameen Par, so we can easily notice the comparisons made here. The next song I have for you is Zindagi Ek Safar, a very famous song of Kishore Kumar. Next we can say, मैं गीदड़ नहीं, मैं एक शेर हूँ, इसलिए तेरे सामने चट्टान की तरह खड़ा हूँ. So these are the examples of metaphor. Now we would just like to have a comparative study of the two figures of speech I have just discussed. In an ordinary sentence, we can say, you are beautiful. But to make it more beautiful or to make the expression a little more ornamental, we can say, you are beautiful like a rose, which becomes a simile. Or directly we can say, you are a rose, and this becomes a metaphor. Now, I have just written down a few things that are common as well as uncommon in the cases of similes and metaphors. In the case of a simile, a comparison is made, and in the case of a metaphor as well, a comparison is made. And the comparison is made between two different things in both the cases, in the cases of similes and metaphors. But the comparison of a simile is clearly stated with the words like, as, etc. And these are absent in the cases of metaphors. Thanks for watching.